would keep me waiting, I would wait a lifetime. In tricky situations, I will be a lifeline. Nobody's meant to be fighting alone. That's why I'm taking you home. I never felt something like this before, no. Keep coming back for your time after time. Maybe I'm losing my mind, but I know I'll never leave you behind, no. Baby, I got you. When you feel like falling, I'll be there to prove, yeah, that baby, I got you. No matter the distance, no matter the route, yeah, baby, I got you. When you feel like falling, I'll be there to prove, yeah, that baby, I got you. No matter the distance, no matter the route, yeah, baby, I got you. 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 Baby, I got you. I got you. I got you. I got you. Ocean in between us, still I feel your heartbeat. There's something about you, baby, that makes me feel complete. Nobody's meant to be fighting alone. That's why I'm taking you home. I never felt something like this before, no. Keep coming back for your time after time. Maybe I'm losing my mind, but I know I'll never leave you behind, no. Baby, I got you. When you feel like falling, I'll be there to prove, yeah, that baby, I got you. No matter the distance, no matter the route, yeah, baby, I got you. When you feel like falling, I'll be there to prove, yeah, that baby, I got you. No matter the distance, no matter the route, yeah, baby, I got you. 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 Baby, I got you. I got you. I got you. I got you. And the world is going wild when they come for you. And the river's running dry when it all falls through. Don't you worry about a thing, baby, I got you. Yeah, baby, I got you.
Definitely, I will try it on in my house.
Lisa.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Sunday podcast. Hope you are all doing well. Is that I am in a hostel at the moment, and I've tried to find the most quiet place that I can find, but there might still be some noise in the background, so I do apologize for that if you do hear any noise in the background. Secondly, obviously, because this is the first time I'm doing it here, I don't know how good the internet is. So do let me know if I'm glitching or I sound weird at all. Hopefully it will be okay. Just let me know. I am in Singapore. That's where I am at the moment. Karen, I am okay. I'm brilliant. I'm in Singapore at the moment. Came to see what all the fuss was about, why William came to see for myself. No, I'm just kidding. I just came for a few days because I needed to leave Indonesia because I was only on a tourist visa. So yeah, that's why I came. But I can definitely see what the fuss is about and why William picked Singapore. This is my first time here, by the way. So if anybody has Any recommendations, please do let me know. I'm here until Wednesday. Okay, so you are all saying that the sound is okay. So, all right, okay. Let's get on with it and we'll see how we do. Couple of things to get through today. So in the last podcast, I was actually meant to cover this William the Warrior story, but I was so tired I literally forgot about it, despite putting it in the damn title. But yes, William, despite having never been to the front line and not supporting Invictus Games at all, decided to don his army gear and play cosplay in a whole army tank. The fact that they did not support Invictus, I think is going to continue to come back to haunt them. But given that they didn't say anything, not just the last Invictus Games, but the ones even before that, I just think that this is pretty crass, if you ask me. And I think that if I was, part of the military community, I would be a little bit insulted by this. But they allow him to show up and cosplay anyway. William's face looks like he doesn't want to be there. Yeah. I think he realizes that he doesn't belong there because we all know the that actually went to the front line. And who can fly a Hitachi helicopter. And I'm pretty sure that if Harry trained to drive a tanker, he could probably do that too. All right. Next thing, Miss Catherine showed up at a baby bank and decided to read a book. Can't let them eat cake. That's a bit insensitive. So let them read books. She also said every child should have the basic essentials. The baby banks need to be in the community. They are a real lifeline for people facing poverty. We need to normalize it and make it more visible. Put them where families and children are. No, Miss Catherine, we do not need to normalize baby banks. We've already normalized food banks in the United Kingdom. In fact, we have more food banks than we have McDonald's outlets. We've already normalized warm banks because people cannot pay their gas bills. So we don't need to normalize baby banks. What you need to do is ask your Tory friends why they aren't doing anything to tackle the cost of living crisis. We need to normalize royals doing what the royal institution is actually supposed to do, if indeed the United Kingdom is a constitutional monarchy, and that's keeping checks and balances with the government. That's what we need to do. We need to normalize accountability. We don't need to normalize baby banks. Speaks without thinking. I think this picture here of Kate really just tells the story. This was at the Jordan wedding where William was exceptionally rude, walked in front of her and pretty much just left her alone. Harry would never. Harry would never. Yes, Black Queen, what is wrong with her? I'll tell you what's wrong with her. This is someone who has spent her entire life being what everybody else tells her to be. Her mother wanted her to be a rich man's wife. The institution wanted her to be just a mannequin and a baby machine. And all of that has just unfortunately led her nowhere. I think that, I sometimes wonder what would have actually happened had Meghan not entered this institution. Because nobody really expected anything of Kate before Meghan came into the institution. Meghan changed the game. Karen, I think people would have preferred cash, baby items, and baby items more than a book. Well, I think that more than anything, people just want to be able to live a decent life without, scraping for pennies. And there is a lot that could be done on a government level to help families. But for sure, the amount of money that the royals have, they should not be taking taxpayer money anymore. Like no diapers, food, toys. I don't actually know whether or not she came with anything. In the past, actually, unlike when she visits food banks, I have actually seen her with items at baby banks, but I don't know if she bought those items or those were donated items that she was helping sort out. Because as we know, whenever the royals go to these things, all they really like to bring is a smile here and there.
I'm sorry we can only come and give words and comfort, but we are thinking about you the whole time and we really care about what's going on. So
sometimes that's more than financial.
Well, if we can give you the odd smile here and there, that's important. So, you know.
Yeah. Rhonda, you said, how sad is it that your mother's dreams for you is to be a rich man's wife? How encouraging. Not, do you know what? If all you want to be is a rich man's wife, I'm not even hating. But she could have been any rich man's wife and lived a relatively simple life with some nobody aristo. Instead, she chose utter misery with the future king of England that nobody else wanted. So you go get your rich man, but be strategic. And it was rather silly to go for a Windsor, given the reputation of Windsor men. I actually wonder if, in the first place, the original target was Harry. He just wasn't in close enough proximity. William was the easy one because, you know, he went to what university did they go to? St. Andrews. She got in, or rather, she got into another one, and then she changed, and then managed to get into St. Andrews. And all she had to do was wait around because nobody else wanted him. Right. Next thing. Yes, let's talk about this. So there is going to be a 90-minute documentary made by Oxford Films for BBC One and iPlayer about the coronation. Because they didn't bore us to death with it enough the first time, we're going to get a whole 90-minute documentary made about it. The film will offer a unique insight into the life of King Charles III and Queen Camilla and take viewers behind the scenes of the first year of the reign of King Charles, narrated by Helena Bonham Carter. It will air this December as part of the BBC's Christmas offering. While you're sitting in your house that you can't heat because you can't afford to heat your house, and perhaps you can't even afford a chicken or a turkey for Christmas, you can watch King Charles III get coronated with all the stolen jewels of India. With exclusive access, the cameras follow King Charles III and Queen Camilla through landmark moments of the first year of their reign as they embrace their new roles and carry out their work and duties. Filmed as Buckingham Palace prepares for, delivers, and celebrates the first coronation in 70 years. In the months that followed, this historic documentary features contributions from members of the royal family and key players in the King and Queen's household. Are we going to get to see the part where William and Kate were late because they were arguing? Are we also going to get to see the part where Charles had a tantrum? Are we going to get a behind-the-scenes look at this?
But they're having a bit of discussion here. I am wondering where the Prince and Princess of Wales are, because they were due to arrive before the King and Queen, but maybe they took a different entrance.
I mean, that's the real tea. That's what I want to see. Charles III coronation year is made by Oxford Films for BBC One and BBC iPlayer. The executive producer for Oxford Films is Nicholas Kent. The BBC commissioning editor for the BBC is Simon Young. It is directed by Ashley Gething, produced by Faye Hamilton, and the writer and co-producer is Robert Hartman. So these are the people, yes, that claimed that the Sussexes were walking around for the whole Jubilee and the Queen's funeral, and also claimed that Harry was walking around the coronation with mics and camera crew, when it's actually them who's been doing it. And that's always the case. It's always projection with these people. And we're going to get a whole 90-minute documentary. What do you even say to that? It's okay if it's them, never if it's Harry or Meghan, and especially not Meghan. Yes, Levy, that clip truly never gets old. A smile here and there. Thank you, Lightside, for letting me know that we're doing okay with the sound. That's very encouraging because I'm here until Tuesday evening. So I was a bit worried that we wouldn't be able to have a podcast, but I found a nice little quiet spot and we should be able to. Janita, you think that Kate doesn't have the backbone to leave? Diana did. Yeah, I don't actually think she wants to leave. I think Kate would happily live in that misery for the rest of her life. I genuinely think it's William that wants this marriage to be over. Eco Bella, I think she knows that Harry would have been the better catch, of course. And I think she was perfectly happy and wanted Harry to just stay single for the rest of his life. Joe Commonwealth, Harry would not have married a woman without substance. No, because even his two previous girlfriends both had substance. Levy, oh Helen, why? Okay, let me explain why Helen would do this. So Helen, I think she actually has some distant royal relatives, and she also has, well, she's definitely part of that aristo class, and she also, I'm pretty sure she has a Queen's Honor. I actually think it's a perfect choice. Helena Bonham Carter played Bellatrix Lestrange, who was Slytherin in Harry Potter. So I actually think it's a rather perfect choice to have Bellatrix Lestrange giving commentary on this 90-minute documentary about Charles's coronation. Because if the royal family were in Harry Potter, they would definitely be Slytherin. Right, in other news, James Middleton came out to do some Christmas shopping, and the paparazzi from the Daily Fail just happened to be there. We never see these people papped, and then all of a sudden, here they are. Here they are, dressed to the nines to go Christmas shopping, apparently. I don't know what the point of this paparazzi walk was for. I don't know if they're trying to fish for sympathy because they just had a newborn daughter. Is this maybe them trying to give the press something? Maybe both. I don't know. But I just find it interesting that we never see them papped and then world exclusive for the Daily Fail. I find it so funny that his wife's name is Alize because I used to work with a girl called Alize, and this girl was one of the biggest nightmares one of the biggest nightmares I've ever met in my life. And James's wife just happens to have the name Alize. Oh God, hilarious. Black Queen, you said he's going to watch 90 minutes. Their precious life. Was that meant to be who's going to watch 90 minutes of their precious life to watch that propaganda mess? The same people who lined up for the Queen's casket for 12 hours, and the same people who watched the coronation. So that would also be me. I am also going to waste 90 minutes of my life to watch this propaganda. I'll watch it so that you don't have to. I just want to see how tone deaf they're going to be. Yes, I thought real royals don't make a docuseries. Isn't this a little bit too Kardashian? A little bit too reality TV? Dana, who paid for this documentary? The BBC, apparently. And that would then be the taxpayer. Because the BBC is funded by what? The license fee. Abolish the license fee along with the monarchy. Thank you. Yes, nurse. He looks very wealthy despite having no money. Very curious. Like, where are these people getting their money? Some cash money bags. Cash money bags being thrown around. Rhonda, thanks, Anne, for taking one for the team. As always. That's what I'm here for. All right. On to this. Endgame by Omid Scobie, our friend Omid. So the bots have been released to attack Endgame. And here you can see two accounts that have the exact same message. And these are, you can see from these accounts that these are definitely bot accounts. They've got no avatar. One of them has like multiple numbers, and they're copying and pasting pretty much the same message. And I can bet if I had actually looked at these accounts, or probably created quite recently, probably not following many people, and probably haven't tweeted about too much of anything else. So this bot farm is sending out messages like this. I am tired of Omid Scobie using Harry and Meghan for money. Can't he write about other royal family members without talking about Harry and Meghan? They said they have moved on, so he needs to do the same. Stop this book nonsense for money. He's using them because he knows tabloid things that the tabloid things that they are close. So what this bot farm is actually doing is it's posing as Sussex Squad members in order to basically make it look like, you know, it's a squad that isn't unhappy about this book. I think that the other route would have, or the obvious route would have been just attack the book, but this is actually a lot more clever. Now, granted, and this is something else that I'm gonna get onto, there are people in the squad who are unhappy about this book. But it's interesting that the bot farm has taken this route instead. Now, as Henry the Eighth, who is amazing on Twitter, by the way, and even here on YouTube, so definitely go follow her. I'm not here to argue about Omid's book, but it's fascinating that someone is paying for and organizing bots against it. And then this person responded with, they are using bots masquerading as Harry and Meghan supporters to discourage you from buying the book. Now, here's my thing about this. There are people in the squad who seem to be quite unhappy with Omid and this book because they feel that, Finding Freedom was weaponized against Harry and Meghan. And yes, it was weaponized against Harry and Meghan, but it wasn't meant to be something that was weaponized against Harry and Meghan. I genuinely think with Finding Freedom, Omid, who has been the most fair journalist actually the only actual royal journalist, the others are just, tabloid rats. I think he's tried to be as fair as possible, certainly in comparison to everyone else. So I've never really agreed with the whole Finding Freedom was used to bash Harry and Meghan, especially Meghan, because the tabloids will do that anyway. They will literally spin stories out of thin air to attack Harry and to attack Meghan. So what's new? Really, what's new? Another criticism is the fact that Omid's making money. Well, he's a journalist and he's a writer, so I think he's entitled to make money. And it's not like he's adding to the hate farm. Again, I think he's tried to be as balanced as possible. So I don't really have an issue with the fact that he's making money, because all the trolls and the haters are making money. In fact, they're probably making more money than him. So it's definitely, the book has definitely divided the squad, and by all means, you can either buy the book or you don't buy the book. But I don't think it's a bad thing that this book has been written, because every Rota Rat carnival of so-called experts has written a book. Why can't we have one that is generally more balanced and more fair? I don't see the issue with it, and I disagree with the squad members who have an issue with it. Right, let's go to your comments. Shanita Alize, he named his baby after alcohol. Oh, I actually think that Alize is a very beautiful name. I just knew an Alize that wasn't particularly nice, but I actually think it's a rather lovely name. Joyce, you won't be watching. I will be watching and then relaying how ridiculous it all was to you. Oh gosh. And you said, I pre-ordered Omid's book on audio. If they are so upset about the book, I need to hear for myself what he has to say. Yeah. And according to Kaiser over a celebrity, apparently, she tweeted this. She said, a few hours ago, I signed an NDA to read Omid Scobie's Endgame, and I won't spoil anything, but all of you guys complaining about it before you've read it should hold your tongue. Scobie is mauling the Windsors. Like, I'm laughing out loud. It's so good. Yeah, I think I will be listening to the audio. It's out on the 29th, but a lot of the press have been given copies to read in advance. Adrian, you said just ordered your book. Fantastic. Wendy, isn't everyone making money off the Sussexes on both sides of the aisle? Yeah. And at the end of the day, this is like we are media. We are media. We are the media. Even us on social, we're the media. It's just one side is making money off of hate, the other side is making money trying to be fair and just reporting the news. Omid has always been fair, unlike the other journalists. All right. Let's. What was the other thing I wanted to get on to? Yeah, last thing. Um, so an update on this situation with Charles taking money and assets from the deceased. It seems like shaming has worked because the King's estate to transfer 100 million into ethical funds after Vacantia revelations. Duchy of Lancaster changes investment policy amid questions over how money collected from dead people is used. So this is in the Guardian, and this is actually an update from the article that I read in the last podcast, where they looked at how the money was being taken. If you actually go to that video, there was a squaddy. Thank you to the squaddy who left a very detailed response about the history of the Duchy of Lancaster and how the situation came to be. So go and read that because it was very interesting. So, as of yesterday, the King Charles estate has announced it is transferring more than 100 million, including funds collected from dead people, under the archaic system of bona vacantia into ethical investment funds after an investigation by The Guardian. The surprise announcement came amid growing pressure on the King over the Duchy of Lancaster's use of funds collected from people who die in the northeast of England with no will or next of kin. This is your reminder to write a will, folks. On Thursday, The Guardian revealed some of the funds were secretly being used to renovate properties that are owned by the King and rented out for profit by his estate. The Duchy conceded that some of the bona vacantia revenues were financing the restoration of what it calls public and historic properties. But isn't that why we literally have funding from the British taxpayer that goes to the royal household to upkeep some of these properties, but they're still taking money from the dead? We need more transparency around royal money. However, the King's estate has also been battling separate questions over its management of another portion of bona vacantia funds that are given to its charities. Two of those charities have used bona vacantia to build major endowment funds, more than 40 million. Their accounts state that there are no specific constraints on the investment portfolio in terms of ethical, social, or environmental matters, although investment managers are advised to take such matters into consideration. Contacted by The Guardian this week, the Duchy of Lancaster initially declined to say whether its charities had invested in any oil or gas, tobacco, weapons, or mining companies. Of course they have. Of course they have. However, late on Friday, a spokesman for the estate announced a change in policy. In line with the King's long-standing support of ethical investing, the Duchy of Lancaster has begun the process of transferring its investment portfolio into ESG funds. Mind you, guys and dolls, a lot of the money that gets sloshed around is in these I don't know what, like shell companies in tax havens. So you'll never really know where the money's gone, where it's going to, how much is being made. This is one of the controversies going on with Rishi Sunak. He and his wife, they put a huge amount of money in shell companies in tax havens, and I think one of them was an investor in Moderna, but this was like even before the pandemic. So now they're trying to find out, you know, how much profit he basically made. But anyway, it goes on to say the King previously owned and closely managed the Duchy of Cornwall, which raises profits for the heir to the throne. When Charles became king, it was inherited by his son Prince William. And remember, he didn't pay a single penny of inheritance tax. Okay, so it ends by saying Cat Smith, MP for Lancaster and Fleetwood, said, like so many other local people, I was surprised to learn the anomaly that means those dying without a will or heir in the counties see their assets passed on to the king rather than the state. It's an unjust and archaic hangover from the medieval times, and I'll be seeking advice on how to bring my constituents' rights out of this feudal era. My question is, why has this gone on for so long? Is it just because now the Queen's gone they feel that they can do stuff like this, because this has been happening. I mean, before it was just going to the Queen. So do they just feel more emboldened now because the Queen's gone? Oh, my day just said, what are they doing with all the money that they grift? I see you, Charles and Andrew, exactly. But it's like they're grifting all this money, but then somehow it seems like they never have money. So what's going on? What is going on with the royal money? Yes, Wendy, shell companies, a rich man's game of deceit. Exactly. All up in them tax havens, many of which are former colonies. All right, folks. I'm going to end things there. Thank you so much for tuning in and continuing to support me. It looks, I mean, I haven't seen any of you complaining, so I'm assuming that the sound was okay and that I can just get on with this like this in my little corner of my hostel for the next couple of nights. Thank you so much, Black Queen, for the coffee. Much appreciated. And yeah, I'm gonna leave it there. Enjoy the rest of your day, everyone. Ciao. See you tomorrow.
If you would keep me waiting, I would wait a lifetime. In tricky situations, I will be a lifeline. Nobody's meant to be fighting alone. That's why I'm taking you home. I never felt something like this before, no. Keep coming back for you time after time. Maybe I'm losing my mind, but I know I'll never leave you behind, no. Baby, I got you. When you feel like falling, I'll be there to prove, yeah, that baby, I got you. No matter the distance, no matter the route, yeah, baby, I got you. When you feel like falling, I'll be there to prove, yeah, that baby, I got you. No matter the distance, no matter the route, yeah, baby, I got you. I got you. I got you. I got you. Baby, I got you. I got you. I got you. I got you. Ocean in between us, still I feel your heartbeat. There's something about you, baby, that makes me feel complete. Nobody's meant to be fighting alone. That's why I'm taking you home. I never felt something like this before, no. Keep coming back for your time after time. Maybe I'm losing my mind, but I know I'll never leave you behind, no. Baby, I got you. When you feel like falling, I'll be there to prove, yeah, that baby, I got you. No matter the distance, no matter the route, yeah, baby, I got you. When you feel like falling, I'll be there to prove, yeah, that baby, I got you. No matter the distance, no matter the route, yeah, baby, I got you. I got you. I got you. I got you. Baby, I got you. I got you. I got you. The world is going wild when they call for you. And the river's running dry when it all falls through. Don't you worry about a thing, baby, I got you. Yeah, baby, I got you.
Hello, my royal diamonds. Thank you so much for tuning into the Duchess of Success podcast. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't, and comment on the video to help the algorithm find us. It is my pleasure to bring you all of the royal tea, honey. And if you would like to donate to the channel, please check out the links in the description box. All of your donations help to keep the channel running. Thank you for your support, and remember, you don't need a crown to be royal. We are all queens.
Definitely, I will try it on in my house.
Lisa.
You're still talking to